If you enjoyed this video, be sure to hit that sub button for more amazing content. Now, let's jump straight into the video. What's good, YouTube? It's your girl Bofino1, bringing you guys another YouTube video. So we all know the world has been crazy, and now as we are facing yet another issue, which is the US rate of inflation, which has climbed up to 7.5%, which is at a 40-year all-time high. So many of you who don't know, inflation affects the cost of living and overall price of things such as food, gas, rent, etc. Now you may be wondering, well, what does that have to do with anything? Well, the feds are now on track to raise interest rate in March for the first time in 4 years to try and snuff out the surge of inflation. Now you may be wondering, what does higher interest rates have to do with anything? Well, the feds need to make sure inflation does not get any worse with higher interest rates. This would help restrain consumers' demand, signal to Wall Street that the central bank means business. Some do not believe that the feds can reduce inflation below 3% by the end of the year. However, some are saying they believe it could happen. Here are some hard numbers for you. So rent rose 0.5% in the past month and 4% in the past year. Food prices increased 1% in January, and groceries have climbed 7.4% in the past 12 months. Energy prices rose 1% in the last month. And this is what I was talking about before that many people I feel like did not understand. In 2020, when all this free money was being printed, that affected the economy by essentially decreasing the value of the dollar because more was being printed. So the value of the dollar decreased. So guess what? The value of goods would need, in a sense, to go up, So it's like they were printing out so much money. So people had all this money, right? So like, oh, okay, I can buy all this stuff. And in a sense, the government was losing money by printing out money. So then in a sense, they had to kind of bring people, in a sense, back down. So they had to make the value of things go up, which is why you're seeing such a high inflation rate. Same thing with minimum wage. Whether people want to believe it or not, minimum wage is based off of everything. So if minimum wage goes up, and the stores are not able to afford as many workers, which is why you see in places like Walmart, they've pretty much gotten rid of all cashiers. And then you have like 1 or 2 people like per area, kind of supervising it. But there's no cashiers. So because they raised the pay of those employees, like a lot of those employees are probably making 16, 17, 18 bucks an hour. Before they were only making maybe 10 or 12. Well, guess what? Groceries have went up. Groceries have skyrocketed, as you heard from the numbers I gave just a minute ago. They have raised crazy, and I think people thought that, because they were getting a higher wage that, they would in a sense be able to keep everything the same. No, that's not how it works. Like, whether people want to believe it or not, the world is pretty much based off of minimum wage. And so if minimum wage goes up, everything else has to go up. It's like anything. If I'm paying my workers more from a business perspective, I have to get more money on the other end to be able to pay them and to be able to suffice for rent, my electricity, my utilities, et cetera, et cetera. So, I think we're going to see a spike, and I think it's going to continue to go up. Because also too, a lot of places are dealing with labor shortages. So then at the same time, they don't want to lose the employees that they have. So because of that, they're paying the employees that they have. They're giving them bonuses. They're giving them more money. They're trying to appease employees because people are literally walking out of jobs. If they feel like it's not what they want, they don't care. They'll leave. And so that's putting the business owners in a tight, kind of a tight. So they're trying to pay their employees more money to hopefully keep them. But then because they're paying their employees more, that means they have less of it, which is why there's also a labor shortage. Yes, it's true. A lot of people aren't working right now. A lot of people aren't interested in going back to work, but you also have a lot of people that do want to work, but the companies are trying to pay people more of a, I guess you could say, livable wage, so they can't afford to have 100 people on payroll. Maybe they only can have 50 now. So that means that it's taking those people more time to do the same job. Those individuals that are working are probably happier because they're getting a better wage. But from the consumer standpoint, how quickly people are getting things, no, people are not happy about that. But yeah, inflation is serious. It's something to really look at, especially like for people looking to buy homes, people looking to rent. It's not, I don't see it honestly going down, especially with the way people are not working. The shortage, I just don't see it. I could be wrong, but I just don't see it. So let me know your guys' thoughts about this down below in the comment section. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to drop a like, comment, share, and subscribe. Hope you guys have a good rest of your day, and I'll chat with you later. Peace, Fun Army.